Daf Yomi, Tractate Bava Batra, page 67a, top of the page, with the words Ag ba isur nichse. Afilu Ag ba isur nichse afilu mi'itztraboli derachayim. Amar Rav Ashi ki havinan be Rav Kahana magbinan afilu ma'alma debati. Collect for her 1/10 of her father's estate, in keeping with rabbinic ordinance that states that if a man dies, his sons are obligated to give his daughter 1/10 of his landed properties as dowry, and collect even from his immovable lower millstones, as they too are considered landed property. Rav Ashi said, when we were students in Rav Kahana's house, we would collect for this purpose, even from the rent of houses. Since this money is earned from real estate, it too has the status of landed property and is included in the dowry calculations. New Mishnah. Hamoiches achotzer machar batim boirois sichin umaorois avaloi es hametaltalin. בזמן שמלוי הוא וכל מה שבסויכוי הרי כולם מכורין. בין כך ובין כך לא ימוכר לא אס המרחץ ולא אס בייס הבד שבסויכו. רבי אליעזר אומר המוכר אס החצר לא מכר אלא אווירה של חצר. One who sells a courtyard without specifying what is included in the sale has sold it with the houses, pits, ditches, and caves found in the courtyard. But he has not sold the movable property. When the seller says to the buyer, I'm selling you it and everything that is in it, all these components are sold along with the courtyard, even the movable property. Both in this case, where he executes the sale without specification, and in that case, where he adds the phrase that includes the movable property, he has not sold the bathhouse, nor has he sold the olive press that is in the courtyard, as each is an entity with a discrete purpose and not an integral part of the courtyard. Rabbi Eliezer says, one who sells a courtyard without specifying what is included in the sale has sold only the airspace. In other words, only the open space of the courtyard, but nothing found in the courtyard, not even the houses. To find houses in a courtyard. Okay, whatever that means. Okay, Gemara. Tanu Rabbanan. The sages taught in a Brisa to Sefta 3:1. המויכל אס החוצר מחר בתים החיצונים ובתים הפנימיים ובית החולסויס חנויויס פסוחויס לסויכו נמכרויס עמו ושאין פסוחויס לסויכו אין נמכרויס עמו פסוחים לכאן ולכאן אלו ואלו נמכרויס עמו. רבי אליעזר אומר מויכל אס החוצר לא מחר אס מילוסה של חצר. So the Gemara says that the sages taught in Brita, one who sells a courtyard has sold it with the outer houses that can be addressed directly from the courtyard, accessed directly from the courtyard, and the inner houses that can be entered only via the outer homes, and the area of the sand fields. As for the stores, those that open into the courtyard are sold along with it, and those that do not open into it, but rather open into the public domain, even if they are located in the courtyard, are not sold along with it, and those that open both into this courtyard and into that other public domain are grouped together with those that open into this courtyard alone, and both these and those are sold with it. Rabbi Eliezer says, one who sells a courtyard without specifying what is included in the sale has sold only the open space of the courtyard. Amar Mal Besuches lekan lekan im korisimo. Tony Rabichi or Enim korisimo loikasho. Hode Roiv Tashmitayu Tashmishtayu Lagoi Ha de Roiv Tashmishtayu Levar. Or Legav and then Lebar. Master said in the Braita, stores that open both into this courtyard into that public domain are sold along with the courtyard. The Gemara raises an objection, but didn't Rabbi Chia teach a Braita that states that such stores are not sold with the courtyard? The Gemara answers that this is not difficult. This Braita that teaches that the stores are sold along with the courtyard is referring to a case where the majority of their use is from within, meaning that the stores are mainly accessed from within the courtyard. While that Braita, Rabbi Chia, that teaches that the stores are not sold along with the courtyard is referring to a case where the majority of their use is from without. In other words, the stores are accessed mainly from the public domain. Rabbi Eliezer Omer, HaMoicher Zachotzer LeMoicher Ela Avira Shel Chotzer Omer Rabo Id Amale Dayarta Dechuli Alma Lo Pligi Debati Mash Ki Pligi Di Amale Darta Marsavar Tarbitza Mashma Marsavar Bati Mashma. The Mishnah teaches, and it was similarly taught in Braita, that Rabbi Eliezer says, one who sells a courtyard has sold only the airspace of the courtyard, and he has sold nothing found in the courtyard, not even the houses. To clarify the disagreement between the unattributed opinion in the Mishnah and Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbah said, if the seller said to the buyer that he is selling him dirata, meaning the place of the residence, everyone agrees that he means to sell the houses and that they are included in the sale. When they disagree, it is when he said to him that he is selling him darta, meaning the courtyard, dirata or darta, living spaces, or the courtyard, darta, the courtyard. One sage, Rabbi Eliezer, holds that he means to sell only the garden, meaning the space between the houses, and one sage, the unattributed first opinion in the Mishnah, holds that he means to sell also the houses. He means to sell also the houses. Yep. Ike di Amri, Omaraba Id Amarle Darta Tikul Yam Lobni the Mashma, Kibli, the Amrile Khatzer, Marsavar Khatzer, Avir Mashma, Marsavar Khatzer, Amishkan, Khatzer. Some state a different version of this discussion, according to which Rabbah says if the seller says to the buyer he is selling him darta, everyone agrees that he means to sell also the houses, and that they are included in the sale. When they disagree, it is where he said to him that he is selling him a chatzir, that he returned for courtyard. One sage Rabbi Eliezer holds that when he says chatzir, he means to sell him only the airspace, in other words, the open space of the courtyard itself. And one sage, the unattributed first opinion in the Mishnah, holds that houses are also included in the sale, just as the courtyard of the tabernacle included the tabernacle itself. Omar Rabba, Omar Rab Nachman, Machar loy choilsis umitzulo, hechazik bechoilsis loy kona mutzula, hechazik bemutzula loy kona choilsis, Eini Omar Shmuel, Mocha loy eser sadois be'eser medinois, kivan shechazik bachas behen kana kulan. As Rabbah says, or Nachman says, if one sold another sand field for glass making and a pond for fishing or some other purpose, if the buyer took possession of the sand field in order to finalize the transaction, he has not acquired the pond and must therefore perform a separate act of acquisition for it. Conversely, if he took possession of the pond, he has not acquired the sand field. The Gemara asks, is that so? But doesn't Shmuel say, if one sold another 10 fields in 10 different regions, all in a single bill of sale, once he takes possession of one of them, he has acquired them all? And the two cases seem to be analogous. Hasam hu desidna de ara chadhu v'chula chadatash mishta hu avhacha adash mishta lechud v'atash mishta lechud. The Gemara rejects the parallel. There, in the case of the 10 fields, the land is all located in one geographic block, and it all has one use, to be farmed. The buyer therefore acquires all of the fields when he takes possession of one of them, even if they are not adjacent. But here the case of the sand field and the pond, the sand field has a distinct use, in other words, to supply sand for glass making, and the pond, has a distinct use, meaning for fishing. Therefore, taking possession of one of them does not affect a transfer of the other. V'ika di amri, and some say a different version of the previous discussion.